It's the man who sailed around the world. Well, almost. It's Magellan. He was born in 1480 in the city of Fernando de Marquez, a Portuguese explorer. We welcome you to our show and glad you could come.
In 1519, the Portuguese navigator Ferdinand Magellan sailed in the service of Spain to seek a new route to the Spice Islands of the East Indies. After a 3-month voyage across the Atlantic, Magellan's fleet of 5 ships made a landfall on the coast of Brazil. Exploring southward, the expedition spent the winter in a sheltered bay on the coast of Patagonia, where Magellan suppressed an attempted mutiny and executed the captain of one of his ships. The voyage was resumed in the spring, but one vessel ran aground and had to be abandoned, its crew spread among the rest of the fleet. In October, Magellan entered the straits that were later to bear his name. One ship deserted the fleet, but the expedition completed the passage and emerged into the Pacific Ocean in November 1520. Sailing north along the coast and then westward, the fleet headed out into the unknown ocean. They crossed the equator and made a landfall on Guam, one of the Mariana Islands, in March 1521. Reaching the Philippines in April, Magellan and 40 of his men were killed when they became involved in a local...
And sailed for Portugal, right?
Yes and no. I grew up in Portugal, but when I couldn't get the money to sail, I went to Spain. I got the money from the king and queen, and I sailed for Spain, but I couldn't let Portugal find out.
Why is that?
Well, I thought if they found out what I was doing, they would kill me.
Yeah. Well, that would have been no good for you and Spain.
No, it would.
I heard that you had a good life and all you did was good work, right?
Yes.
So what was... So what was that conspiracy all about, if you're a good man?
I don't want to talk about it.
Just do it.
Okay, it was just a little thing, nothing much. I just had to stay in the shadows for a few weeks. I'm not going to say no more.
Okay, I hear you. Your journey started from the coast of Spain, then you stopped in Argentina. I heard you had a story about that.
Yes, when we went on shore, we encountered 8-foot-tall men. Me and my crew were scared to death. When we saw them, we ran to our ship.
I would have too.
After a few more encounters, we befriended the giants. One day, we had their trust. We took a giant on the ship, we baptized him and named him Paul.
Well, that's a good name for a giant. Paul.
Paul! This is my name! Yes, but a few weeks after we left Argentina, Paul died. We were all upset.
I'm not dead.
That was a sad and weird story.
Yes.
You crossed the Pacific Ocean, and after a few months, you saw land.
Yes, we saw land and encountered more people, the natives.
Well, what did the natives do?
The day was normal walking on shore, finding food until we heard a noise. We were looking far into the woods and saw bodies. The natives, thousands of them, ran and hurled bamboo spears at us.
Go on.
Well, in the end, they killed me. That's awful.
You're right here. Indeed.
We hope you had a good time on the show, but that's all the time we have. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night. Yeah, before I...